Get ready for a special episode, because this week, Dave is fishing with veteran guide Craig Blackie at Plumber's Lodge on Great Bear Lake. And the target species? Big Lakers.
Oh wow, super red, dude. Look at that thing. Looks like a char.
Yeah.
Wow.
In a land like no other. On a lake like you've never seen. Well, maybe you've seen lakes like this, but there is an angler so great, he once set the hook so hard he turned a smallmouth into a largemouth. He can unscramble an egg. He made his first cast at the age of 3 and it landed yesterday. We join him to chronicle one day on one lake. This is Facts of Fishing, the show.
Down the odds.
Here we go. Welcome to Facts of Fishing, the show. Brought to you by Bass Pro Shops. Your adventure starts here. Yamaha, Conquer Water. Phoenix Bass Boats. Experience the Phoenix difference. Live Target. Lifelike lures. Action Car and Truck Accessories. The right customer experience. And Jackal. Eat, sleep, Jackal.
We are at Plumber's Lodge on Great Bear Lake. This bad boy is the 4th largest lake in North America. We're talking about a lake bigger than Lake Ontario, one of the Great Lakes. Call it what you want, it is the Mount Everest of giant lake trout. Way too big to cover in a boat, but we got a plane.
Today, Dave's fishing with Craig Blackie, an 18-year veteran guide. Around here, the fish know him by name, but he's kind of the strong, silent type.
Are we moving it here?
No, I got a fish.
Oh, you do? What are you gonna tell us? Oh, I hit the clicker. I turned it on for the dramatic effect. We're literally 5 minutes into our Great Bear Lake Plumber's Lodge extravaganza. And this is how it starts. Not a bad way to start.
And this is one of the butterflies they're talking about.
Literally 4 minutes into our Great Bear Lake Plumber's Lodge extravaganza. And we already got this party started.
Here he goes.
Whew. What a beast. Absolutely awesome. Literally 4 minutes into trolling. I mean, cameras weren't even set up. But you don't need to. Here's my tip. You're gonna come to Plumber's Lodge, be ready. Don't be idiots like us, because they are going to munch. Hit, dude. That's.
Yeah, just keep pumping and dropping it back to him. He'll nail it.
It didn't feel like a big hit. It almost felt like the fish moved behind it. You know what I mean? Like it.
Yeah. These things seem to be tuned into calendar. In the temperature, you can have a 20-degree Fahrenheit difference in temperature, and it's their time to spawn. They're going to be there. It's their time to be at a certain spot, textbook. You can almost like set your watch to it, the timing of things.
Wow. Oh, it's a good one. Oh, it's pretty decent, actually.
That's right. Look at that. It's like a big old bass. Look at the gut on this one.
Let's do that again, but bigger.
This segment is brought to you by ARE Truck Caps. ARE, outfit for life.
You know, one of the biggest keys with trolling, and it's hard for me, I'll be honest. I mean, I don't know if you realize this, but I'm a little bit hyper, a little bit of a spaz. And, you know, the whole time I'm out here trolling, I want to be throwing a topwater off the front or doing something just because that's how I'm used to fishing. But when it comes to trolling, there's so much more that meets the eye. I mean, it really is amazing, the technology, or it just maybe just the thought process. Don't get stuck thinking I gotta leave my bait just dragging back there. Add action to your bait. You know, you'll see Blackie, me, we're always moving our bait because these fish will track behind that bait for an incredibly long time. And you know, you'll hear me talk about it a lot. You need to give them that triggering effect. I mean, they track behind it for a long time, but there's no reason for them to eat it right away. I mean, they're the apex predator. They're a giant eating machine that just cruises along, and you know, they can follow that spoon for a long, long time, and there's no reason to eat it. But when you add something different, and whether it's the boat turning, the speed changing, or you popping it, that's a triggering effect, and that's exactly what it takes to make them munch. We just got to figure out how to make Biggie munch. Right, Blackie? Here's where the big one is. There's fish. Hooked up. That feels better. That feels better, boys. Yeah. Pulsing it, man. That's the move of the day. Moving that bait and pulsing that bait. I mean, every single fish I've hooked up on myself has been when that bait's moving. It's not been gradual. Oh wow, super, super red, dude. Look at that thing. Looks like a char. Yeah. Wow, how sexy is that? What an awesome, awesome fish.
Very cool.
Look at that, I mean, how amazing is that? You look at those marks, look at the size of this fish, you look at the size of those marks on it. And it's really easy to say, you know, hey, these are what those big Lakers eat. But when you actually see markings like that, man, this dude lives in the jungle. What a scary, scary existence. Oh, look how sexy that is. Man. Oh, God. You know, at any second it can happen. I mean, you are in hallowed ground. I mean, this is Great Bear Lake. I mean, this is somewhere where so few people ever get to experience. You know, so few people actually fish this body of water. I mean, 400, 500 people actually get this experience a year. And you know, at any opportunity, at any time, you know, as soon as you know, seconds from now, I could feel that and be hooked up with a fish that potentially could be a new world record. I mean, the new world record, if it exists right here. I mean, every time you feel a tick at the end of your line, you think this could be a legitimate freak panda. And that's what we are looking for right now. A triple sow cow, AAA certified freak tank Laker Leviathan. Leviathan, that's right. That's a word, I believe. If not, tweet it and stuff. Hashtag Leviathan. Put it on the screen how it's spelt. Let's blow it up. Come here, sunshine. Oh. I think he woke up.
Yeah, you got a little angry.
He's a little green. He played possum. Oh, there he goes. Look at that release. How sexy. I mean, look at the release. Look at that.
Nicely done.
That, my friends, ladies and gentlemen, is how a professional does it. You know, hey, I've watched fly shows and they put them in baskets and such with their hemostatus and talk very conservationary, But that, my friends, is the LDR, the long distance release, done to perfection. You know, when it comes to trolling, a lot of guys are gonna get stuck thinking it's all about just covering water and that's why you're catching a big fish. And yeah, sure, that is one element to it, but the major element is fishing structure. You know, making sure you're around those key areas.
Yeah, no, definitely. The spot we're coming up to here right now, got a nice wind pushing in on a nice shelf. Fish should be stacked in there. You know, we just covered some water that wasn't as productive as we had hoped. I think they're going to be just hanging in tight on this spot, so stay tuned.
Gonna get good, as he said. I mean, he's like a TV star. Stay tuned.
There we go.
Dude, as soon as you slowed down though.
Yeah. Well, I've been trying to work this thing a lot more too. I've had a couple of bumps and they're just not really taking hard.
But it's that crazy, you know, I always talk about that with casting type angling, you know, triggering effect.
Yeah.
You know, it's something to make the fish think I gotta eat that right now. If you just leave that bait dragging behind the boat, I mean, you're gonna catch some fish, but I just don't think you trigger as many. A lot of them just will follow behind it and then, you know, not swat at it, but when you slow down and turn, boom, he eats.
He's taking some line. That's great.
And that's why you like their long rods, right? Like
yeah,
this,
you've
what
got
you're
this,
seeing.
Exactly, and they roll and they do their head shakes and that. You got that give in the rod, it's perfect. You get the positive connection on the hook set, you got them, and then you've got the give in the rod to actually play them.
Because if you look what that fish is doing now, that's pretty stereotypical of a laker. You know, and that big head starts thrashing near that surface, and if you've got too stiff a rod, you know, you're gonna hook up with the fish, but if there's no give, you got no give in the braid, you got no give in the rod, look what's happening with that fish right now. I mean, I feel like I'm working at a Bassmaster event. I'm commentating right now. Right now, we have joined a 18-year veteran guide, Craig Blackie. And as you can see, clearly hooked up, using his signature pink colored bait. This is exhilarating. You're truly watching a master at work right now. Commonly known around the lake trout world as the Black Attack.
Didn't quite get the connection you wanted on that shot.
I just got bumped, dude. There he is. He's on. Yeah.
How's it feel?
Good. I mean, I don't think it's Leviathan. I mean, they all feel good, but oh, he's getting bigger, dude. I think he's just charging the boat. Thick this fish is. I mean, their fins blow me away, dude. When you see them come up, you realize why they're so strong.
Look at that.
Wow, just saunters. Tell Leviathan we are coming. It's getting better, brother. You know, one of the craziest things, you know, this is my second time up here to Plumber's Lodge, but one of the craziest things is you get in these areas and it's just almost a surreal feeling, not to get all hippie on you or anything like that, but you know, you sit there and you look and you're like, for as far as I can see, we're the only human beings here. You know, it's in the busy, crazy worlds we all live in, it really is, it's a cool feeling. I mean, that's your deep thought from Dave Mercer.
The replay of the day is brought to you by Action Car and Truck Accessories. Whether it's your work truck, fishing truck, or just your daily ride, Action has got you covered. Action, the right customer experience.
He played possum. Oh, there he goes. Look at that release. How sexy. I mean,
This week's episode was filmed at the beautiful Plumber's Lodge on Great Bear Lake. This segment is brought to you by Hook Performance Fishing.
there's a reason people come up here for several days. Doesn't happen right away. In it to win it. Swinging for the fences. A lot of analogies we could throw out here. Can't steal second without taking your foot off first. If it's worth having, it's worth working for. Dave needs to pay more attention in class. Oh no, that was my report cards. Not a saying, but it could have been. Where is the Leviathan? Where does he roam? His evil spirit is close. Leviathan shall be conquered in due time. Fish. Feel good?
Same deal. Yeah, what we're looking for is you set the hook and nothing, just wait.
I want to question that it's a fish.
Yeah, I'm on the bottom. No, you're not.
He thought he was out.
Imagine 140 pounds heavier than that, what it does.
I've been imagining for a long time. It's time to make my dreams. But it's gonna, dude, like you said, the big ones, they eat these.
Yeah.
You know, so.
The bait's around here, so let's get the big ones.
As messed up as it is, you know, it's no different than when I make the analogy on Lake Erie about, you know, find the gobies and you'll find the bass. The gobies here, they're just a whole lot bigger. They look like that. We found the forage. Now we just need to find the freaks. What I'm doing is I'm setting it back, you know, a little. I've had several hits doing it and just basically, you know, you got a line counter on there and we've been running them back, you know, 100, 110 feet. But what I've been doing is as I set it back, I don't just let it all go, you know, you want to slowly send it back there, but I stop it, you know, every 10 to 15 feet and just let that kick in. And if there's a fish in the area, that action, you know, it just ups your odds, in my opinion. My opinion doesn't count a lot of times. Blackie liked that one. Blackie, does my opinion count to you?
Of course.
All right. That makes me feel special. Oh, wait. Come back. There he is. Came back. It shows you don't pull the bait away, right? I mean, that fish right there, I swatted at it, missed it, and then he comes back. Oh, it's a good one. Dude, look how thick that fish is. Oh.
That's awesome.
That is a sexy, sexy fish. I mean, as soon as I hooked up on that fish, and again on the drop, you know, it proves that point, everything we talked about earlier about how important, whoa, how important it is to add action to your bait. Even though the boat is moving your bait, you add a little extra action, and just that simple act of dropping that bait back.
Look at the colors on this one, whoa.
Dude, that is a sexy, sexy big awesome, awesome fish. I tell you, you're up where people just don't go. I mean, this fish has hardly ever seen any lures in its life. But I'm sure glad he saw that one.
Dave fished for 9 hours, made 122 passes, and caught 25 fish. That's the score. Now time for the facts. They say big baits catch big fish, and that's exactly what Blackie and Dave used. They fished shoe-sized trolling spoons and the big 8-inch live target swim baits. These baits were trolled using medium-action 8-foot trolling rods with line counter reels.